Hey, BassGeek here. We got to the lake today and the water temps are 55 degrees. That means the crawls are super active and I get to throw one of my favorite baits. That's right, geeks. Let me tell you, I love it when I get to the lake and the water temps are 55, 56. Now, the bass, especially the smallmouth, are going to start really pulling up on the beds once you get into that 58-degree range, but it's got to be pretty steady in there. I like to say 58 to about 60 degrees. But something else does happen, and there's a lot of good protein going on, and the smallmouth love them. So do the largemouth this time of year, and that's when the crawfish come out and molt right around that 55 degrees. So you can really have a good day using this little bait right here. But before we get into all that, geeks, I want to talk to you about this month's BassGeek Tackle Warehouse box. Now, I team up with Tackle Warehouse. By the way, if you don't win the box, make sure you go scan this code or go to the description below. Bookmark that link down there, and anytime you go to purchase something from Tackle Warehouse, do me a favor, use that bookmark, use that link. It helps the channel out. It's like I always say, we don't say it in our office or a garage. We are out on the lake. Rain, sun, sleet, shine, winter, summer, you name it, we're out here fishing, testing these baits so that we can show you all some cool stuff. Now, let's talk about what you can win in the April BassGeek box. In the late pre-spawn, there is a killer topwater bite that not a lot of people know about. It is a blast to throw this bait right here. This is the Omega Custom Tackle Alpha Buzz. This bait has dual blades on it. It is a very subtle, you can fish it very slow, which is very good this time of year. You'll get one of those. Another incredible bait and combo this time of year to catch those bass that might be feeding on shad is this little bait. This is the new X-Zone 2.75, one of my favorite colors right here in 309. And when you couple this up with this little puppy right here, this is the underspin from Pulse Fish Lures. It is deadly in the late pre-spawn, right before they go up to the bed. Now, one of my favorite baits to throw when the bass move up on the bed, they just can't resist it. It's a small, juicy morsel of a bait, is a Ned rig, believe it or not. I think a Ned rig is one of the best bed fishing baits there are out there. And one of my very favorite is the X-Zone Ned Zone. This is a 3-inch. I love the fat tail on it, stands up real well. And this is one of my favorite clear water colors, green pumpkin, black flake. Now, geeks, if you all haven't seen this video, you need to go back and watch it. If you'll stay to the end, I'll make sure I'll link this. This little bait right here is incredible. You don't need forward-facing sonar for it. Trust me, take it and work it down a bank. It's probably in the pre-spawn, spawn, post-spawn, better than a finesse swim bait. And that is the drift fry from Jackal Baits. This is the 4-inch and it's called the flashing bait. So what is it that I love to throw in late pre-spawn? Well, I've got a video about it too, and it's probably my biggest video, Jigs 101. We talk about this jig, it's not the primary jig we talk about, but we talk about a finesse jig, and this one is from Nichols. I love a good finesse jig. And this time of year, from smallmouth to largemouth, from little dinks to pigs, bite a finesse jig. As always, geeks, we spend $50 so you get a free Tackle Warehouse sticker, and we'll throw in a BassGeek sticker, which of course I never have with me, but we'll throw one into the box when you claim your prize. Now remember, you've got to watch to win. You got to watch to claim your prize. We will announce the winner 1 week from the day that this video comes out. So if this video comes out on a Tuesday, the following Tuesday, we'll have the winner announced. If it's on a Sunday, the following Sunday, we'll have the winner. If it's a Thursday, the following Thursday, we'll have the winner announced. So watch and claim your box. Oh yeah, geeks, right there. All right, one of the things that you need to do is check out Boat Effects. Now, they do, you hear me talk about their stamps all the time and how great they are. But you're gonna be fishing a lot this time of year. You're gonna be traveling, you might be fishing tournaments, or you might just be going on trips. That means you're gonna leave your boat parked in some places where these big, expensive things can cost you money if somebody decides they want them worse than you do. So, what I love is Boat Effects makes mounts that have built-in locks. Now, you don't have the Boat Effects mounts? Well, guess what you can do? You can still buy the Boat Effects locks. Protect your gear because you don't want to file with BIA insurance to get your graphs back. So make sure you go check out Boat Effects. I got a 5% off discount. Go get you some locks. All right, geeks, I don't want to take a chance of losing your jig, so I'm going to use this one. This is actually another great finesse jig from Angler Tungsten. You should check it out. I'll put links to it also in the description. This is a great little ball head jig, just like the one you'll be getting. Now, I'm going to show you pretty much how I tie it and how I rig it, and we'll talk about trailers also. All right, so we're just going to tie, guess what, guys? A Pitsy knot. Oh my God, I bet you'd like to never guessed. Well, we're gonna go around that 5 to 7 times through the top, and we're just gonna pull her down, cinch it up, and cut that tag end off. All right, so now let's talk about trailers. So when it's in the 40s, I'm gonna want something like this. Some sort of straight tail. I don't even know what this is. It might be a Strike King. I don't even know. Anyway, this is what I took off. But when I'm in the below 50, maybe even we'll say 51, 52, I don't want anything that's got a lot of action to it right now. But now once we warm up, we're in those mid 50s, 54, 55 and up. I want something that's got a good kick to it. And one of my favorite things to put on a finesse jig is this little bait right here. This is the Strike King Mini Scrub. Perfect for a finesse jig. And the color that I'm going to put on is pretty much just going to match this up. I don't remember the name of the color of this, but this is Green Pumpkin Black Flake. And it will work perfectly. Now, something that I will do is cut this grub down just a little bit because I want a good compact sort of jig. Now, we're not going to cut off a lot of this at all. We're literally going to cut off 3 to 4 little ribs. I'm going to try to cut it nice and straight, and then we're just going to thread it up onto the jig. Try our best to come out dead center. And there you have it. A good straight tail, got a little bit of kicker. Now, something that I do, because I want as much action as I can possibly get right now, is I make sure that I trim up to just the bottom side of the hook so that we can get as much flap out of it as we can. So my jig rod, this is actually my jig, and I'll use it for a worm rod. And I should classify, I'm not flipping with this rod, okay? For the most part, maybe into some lighter cover, some very sparse wood at the most, like light brush pile. Maybe we flip with it. But generally, this is going to be my casting rod when it comes to jigs and worms. This is a Douglas Era, E-R-A. This rod retails for $100. And by the way, I've got a 10% off discount code right here. So you can get it and at least get the shipping and a little bit of off of these rods. They're battleship gray, they're beautiful. They've got their uses right here. And you know, me and Mike, when we got these out of the packaging, just the cork handles are awesome. They almost feel like suede leather kinda. I mean, they feel great. But this is a 7'6", so you could flip with it, but it's a medium heavy. So it's a 765 XF, which means extra fast. And that's what I love. Even when I'm crawling worms through brush piles, I like that extra fast so I can get their heads turned, get them up out of any sort of brush or away from any sort of cover. Love this thing. The feel on it is amazing. I would put this easily at $130 or $150 rod category, but it's $100 on their website, guys. You need to go check it out. Like I said, got the 10% discount. So I've got that paired with, and again, I tell you about this, Fitzgerald. This is the I always get it backwards, VLD 10. This is an incredible little reel by Fitzgerald. You guys know I love the rods. Anyway, this is a 7-2-1. I like that for just casting a jig or casting a worm around some light cover. Love the color of this. It matches up, I think, with the Battleship Gray rod very well. And I've got K9 Pro 100. That's their 100% fluorocarbon. Remember that. Pro 100. This is 15-pound test on here. And by the way, I've got a 10% off discount for K9. Make sure you go check that out also. So as soon as that water temp hits 55 degrees, I'm going to go find me some rock. A lot of rock, like you see, kind of pretty much anywhere around, especially this chunk rock right down the bank we've got right here. And the reason why is because I know those are the types of places where you've got some good crevices, some good cracks, a little bit of dirt and rock mixed in, where those crawls are going to come out and they're going to molt. And when it gets around that 55 degree, that's when they like to come out and molt. Now, the bigger ones like to do that a lot of times during the new moon, which we have quickly approaching. At the same time, these smallmouth on this lake like to start spawning around that 58, and they're feeding for those crawls when they come out. So this will be a great bite this time of year. So the places that I like to fish this, it's going to be a lot of your pea gravel banks, your chunk rock areas, not so much chunk that you're going to get caught up like riprap, for example, but the areas I'm going to start toward the mouth of the creek and work my way in to see exactly where these bass are going to be. And we've been fishing today and we know that they're in the middle third. So I take a creek and break it up into 3 parts: the front third, the middle third, and the back third. And so these bass are still in feeding mode. They're not all the way to the backs of the creek. We know they're right in the middle, and that's where they've been biting for us today. So as far as retrieve goes, it's really going to be 2 different things for me. I'm going to keep it pretty simple when I'm just casting a jig. If I think they're on the bed, I want to make sure that I'm not hopping it past that sweet spot, so I'm just dragging it down. That's it. I'll drag it a few inches, maybe a foot, and I'll stop. I'll drag it a few inches to a foot, and I'll stop. Keep it that simple. If, however, I think that they're still in the feeding mode, they're feeding on those crawls, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little combination. I'm going to give it a little drag, and I'm going to give it a couple pops, maybe 3 pops. Not big pops. I'm just going to hop, 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 let it fall to the bottom, let it sit there, drag it, hop, 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 let it fall to the bottom, sit there, drag. And after the drag, I even give it a little pause. And that's kind of how I fish it. Now, for you geeks out there that are learning, a finesse jig is the way to go. You're going to get a lot more bites. You're going to gain confidence in it a lot faster. And like I always say, you know, it's really like just think about it like fishing a worm. Any sort of soft plastic. That's when you're just casting a jig, that's the way I would start. Don't think about flipping it or getting it in the heavy cover or that sort of stuff. Start with a good finesse jig and go down the bank. As far as the spring goes, now I will tell you this, over soft plastics, I do like a little wind or a little cover or a little stain to the water when I pick up a jig. I think soft plastic looks more natural, and once you get up into the 55 realm, I'll go between a soft plastic and a jig, depending on the conditions of the day, you know, some sort of overcast like we got today. Below 55, unless it is just a super soft plastic, a lot of times I'm just going to go with the jig, because the soft plastic will actually harden and stiffen and not get the same action in colder water. So hope this helps you gain some confidence in a jig. Now when you're setting the hook on this, man, I straight up hook set, and even on most of your finesse jigs, they've still got a pretty solid wire hook. So don't play them, get them to the boat hop them in, or put them on your thumb. If I think I can boat hop them, I'm boat hopping them on a jig. They're coming in, they're coming in at 100. I mean, that's just how it is. They're getting in the boat on a jig, all right? Even little jigs catch big bass. 4 to 5 pounder right here, baby. Now, let's get to the part you guys really care about, and that's how to win this giveaway. How are we going to win this giveaway? Well, down in the comment section, here's what I want you to do. I want you to put hashtag jig down there, and you'll be qualified. So remember, 1 week from today, from the time you're watching this video, there will be another one coming out to let you know if you win. Got to watch to win. After all that being said, I hope you guys go watch this video right here. And questions, comments in the comment section below. Hashtag jig to win. Like it if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell so you get these notifications when the videos come out. Be part of the 100% Watch Squad. And you geeks rock.